Welcome back to another video. My name is Abby and today we are talking about 4 steps on how to feel the wish fulfilled. Now, if you're new to this channel and you want more videos like this one, go ahead and hit subscribe right now. It's gonna let you know as soon as I release new videos. And if you like this video, a great way to support this channel and let me know you like this content is to hit that like button. So, 4 ways to feel the wish fulfilled. This is coming from Neville Goddard as well as Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. Now, the first step is to actually know what you want. As simple as that sounds, sometimes we get stuck in polarities. We don't want to feel, we don't want to experience what we're currently feeling. Well, what does that mean? That leads us to continue to think about what we're experiencing, and wherever our focus goes, that's where our energy goes. So if we are not very clear, if you're not clear on exactly what it is you want, and less in terms of what it physically looks like and more in terms with what it feels like, what will that bring you? If it's about financial security, how will it feel to have that? How will it feel to be in a secure relationship? Less about what the person's name is, what they do, what they look like. Less about what your job is, less about how you make the money, but what that experience will bring you. Get really clear, because if you don't know where you are going, you won't really know how to get there, because you won't really know if going left or right is the correct way to get to your end destination. So the first step is to be clear on what it is that you're wanting. The second step on how to feel that wish fulfilled is to start asking yourself, what would that feel like? Who would you need to be? What would you need to say? How would you act in the world if that wish was fulfilled? If you had that amount of money that you were getting and that was now a normal part of your day, who would you be in that situation? How would you feel? What experiences would you have? What would your responsibilities look like? How would your life be different than it is right now? The 2 things you need to understand are that thoughts are the language of your mind, but feelings are the language of your body, and how you think and how you feel creates your state of being. Who you are being, therefore, will naturally cause you to act on how you are. So when you start having the thoughts on where it is you want to go and start feeling those feelings on who you would be, and start asking yourself and start using your imagination to create that neurological pathway right now through vivid imagination, you can actually create your mind to look like an experience has happened, even though you haven't physically experienced it on the 3D. That is why visualization is so vital. You can form new neurological pathways because your brain does not know the difference between vivid imagination, using as many senses as you can. Imagine who you would be to have that experience. You're literally going to have a brain mirrors that experience already having happened. And really what this does is, in Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, he says that it turns on your frontal lobe, because your brain is an archive of the past. It is a record of everything you've ever experienced. Now, because we know that what you're experiencing right now is not what you desire, you want something new. If you want something new and your brain is a record of everything that's happened, we know that we can't use your brain to get to where you want to go. But when you start asking yourself the question, who would you need to be? How would you need to act? Your frontal lobe actually starts looking through, essentially starts to fuse and form new relationships between those old patterns, so that you can potentially experiencing something different in the future, because it is going to be different than the past. Now, as you start to do this, you will start to have new thoughts, and those new thoughts, because every time you think a thought, your body's going to release a chemical so you can feel the way you think. It's actually going to create a new electromagnetic impulse into the world. The electrical charge part is from your thoughts. The magnetic part is actually going to be from your feelings. And so what you're thinking is going to send out a signal into the quantum field of possibilities, infinite possibilities, and your feelings are actually going to bring that experience back to you. So if you continue to do what you've done in the past, you're continuing sending out the same electromagnetic signature. But as you start to ask yourself different questions, start to fill your head with different ideas, start to feel different emotions, you will actually start to create different order menus, is what I like to say, into the ether, into the quantum field, and start seeing a different reflection, start seeing a different experience in your 3D reality. Just like there are radio waves going through the air right now. I can't see it, I can't hear it, but if I had a radio here, I could pick it up on the receiver. There could be classical music, country music, rock music, the whole thing of whatever is available in my area. I can't see it and I can't feel it, but they're there. That's the same as all the infinite possibilities of you, and it depends on what electromagnetic signature you're sending to receive that reality. So if currently you're on the radio station of lack and scarcity, all you need to do is to start sending out and feeling on that radio station of abundance and financial security to start getting in alignment with that. You don't wait for the external to change so then you feel that. You actually sign in, you actually shift into that new signature, that new channel, and then you will align with it. The third step on feeling the wish fulfilled, on having those feelings, is to stay in those feelings. A lot of times what happens is people spend meditation or right before they're going to bed and they're feeling and really embracing that new experience, but they go throughout their day and they shift back to the old reality. And again, we know that the brain is a record and archive of the past. So if you continue to go back to what you know and where you've been, you'll never see outside of that. As Neville Goddard says, you need to dwell in that in. You need to live from the end. Don't think of it, think from it. So if you're thinking from it, that thing has already happened, that you already have your financial security, that you already have that secure relationship, you're going to think back and be able to bridge the gap that way. Rather than waiting for something outside of you to change so that you'll change, you'll think of the end and start being that person now. You will start seeing these changes when you really start to emotionally embrace that version of you now. Yes, you have that strong intent in sending those thoughts out, but as long as your brain, your thoughts, and your feelings are not in alignment, you will not see that reality reflected back to you. So a lot of times people say, oh, I've tried so hard to work with the law of assumption or the law of attraction and I don't see any results manifested. That's because you're out of alignment between your brain, what you're thinking, and how you're feeling. When you emotionally embrace the thoughts that you're thinking about your future, that thinking of that wish fulfilled, and you're emotionally embracing it as if it's already happened, that's when you will send out that emotional signature, that electromagnetic signature that it's already happened. And you can actually, using Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, have gratitude for an experience that hasn't happened yet, but have gratitude for it now, because gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. If you want this gift, if you want this experience from the universe, what better way to step into the ultimate way to receive something, which is to mentally, neurologically have the structure in your brain and have the emotion as if it has already happened. Now, the fourth step in feeling the wish fulfilled is going to be to remember that you must think from a higher level than your current circumstances. If you always go out and you wake up every day and you look to your current circumstances in your life right now, and you just stay in that, it's going to continue to create and perpetuate that life. You must think from a higher level. You must think from that wish fulfilled. You must think and live in the end. Have gratitude for that already happening. And you might be thinking, yeah, but how do I feel these things? Your brain is an archive of the past. That means that you have never experienced that which you want to experience. So you are going to need to use the creative part of your imagination. You are a creation of life, and you are capable of creating more life and creating in general. And the steps above show that yes, you have to create that new mind in order to have these new experiences. You can use a current role model. That could be somebody in your life that is embodying who you want to be. It could be somebody in the history, but who is it? The ultimate expression of who you can be. You need to use your imagination, and it is okay. Just like anything in life, that you're new at this. And the more repetition and the more practice you have, you will be able to improve this skill. It is absolutely okay that you're not great at this, that you don't know how. Simply accepting that and saying, okay, I'm not great at this, but I'm still going to try. I'm still going to go out and learn and ask myself, what would it feel like? What would it be like? Practice a little more every day. Really try to get into it. Potentially use people in books, use people in movies that are showing you that who you want to be. Anything in your life right now that is reflecting back to you who it is you want to embody, who it is you want to be in the future, is great as research on helping you to get into that state. It is okay that you don't know how to do it. Everybody is on their own creative journey with this. You're using your imagination to create a new mind through vivid visualization, sending out the thoughts, and feeling and emotionally embracing that future you right now. It is okay that this feels uncomfortable. It is unfamiliar to you, and anything unfamiliar can feel scary, and you want to get away from it because it doesn't feel comfortable. But where you are going to go is unfamiliar because you haven't experienced yet that which you want to experience, that which you know you can be. So starting to embrace it emotionally, starting to search out and understand that it's okay to feel uncomfortable. It's okay to not know. And you can use your imagination to go out and get the information, to get the experience, to get that reflection back from the quantum field. And you can only do that as you create that new mind to be from a higher level than your current circumstances. And eventually, as you do this more and more, those current circumstances will elevate to reflect your mind right now. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit like if you've liked it, and I'll see you on the next one.